We're going to look at comparing and ordering decimals today. We talked about decimal place value in our last video, and that's really going to help us. So before we can even look at our different decimals, we need to make a place value chart for our decimals. And I always have my tens, my ones. I know my decimal comes after my ones place, and then I put my decimal place value. So I have my tenths, my hundredths, and my thousandths. So if I have the decimals 4 and 718 thousandths, 4 and 781 thousandths, and 4 and 78 hundredths, and I want to compare these, I'm going to first put them into my place value chart. So I line it up. My 4 is in the ones place, I have my decimal, my 7 in the tenths, 1 in the hundredths, and 8 in the thousandths. And then I'm just going to copy and write all 3 of my numbers in my chart. I set up a place value chart because it gives me a really good, easy way to look and compare my numbers. So there's no numbers in the tens place, so I can cross that out. And then I look at my ones place. We have a 4, and a 4. Those are all the same value, so that's not going to help me determine which decimal is larger or smaller. I look at my tenths place. I have a 7, and a 7. Again, that's the same value, so that's not going to help me. So I'm going to cross all those out. Then I have my hundredths place. We have a 1, an 8, and an 8. What's the smallest number between those? 1. So this means that this number is your smallest decimal. And I always write an S by it. That's my smallest decimal. So I'm going to write it down below because that's going to be my smallest decimal. And if I'm ordering from least to greatest, that's the least decimal. Then I can look at my next two. So an 8 and an 8, those are the same. I can't really use that anymore. So I have to go to the next place value. There's a 1, and then this spot is blank. If it's ever blank in your chart, you can fill it in with a 0 because there's nothing in that place value. So you can fill it in with a 0. So if I compare a 1 and a 0 is smaller. So this would be the next smallest decimal. So this is in the middle. So I'm going to copy it down below because I know that 4 and 718 thousandths is the smallest, 4 and 78 hundredths is my middle, so that means that this one is my biggest decimal. So 4 and 781 thousandths is the largest. And you can use this same chart if you're just comparing 2 decimals, if you're comparing 4 decimals, however many you're comparing, you always want to draw your place value chart to help you organize and look at your different place values.